Andrew McCART, IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. Delighted to be joined by my good friend Sam Maxwell. Sam, we spoke a little bit before I pushed record there on fatherhood and everything like that, because we've tried to arrange this interview, but it seems like our kids or something along the way, our new babies are getting in the way somehow, some way. But yeah, how are you finding fatherhood, man? You enjoying it?
Oh, I'm enjoying it, loving it. Yeah, just every day, just smiling, like just do little things. You could just fart, and I'll be like, "Oh, nice." Everything. It's like it's a good feeling. It's just life changing, and just every day is a blessing with him.
Good stuff, man. I'm listening. I see the picture on Instagram, man. You're obviously over the moon and delighted and besotted by the young man. So listen, good luck to you and all the best, man. I'm so happy.
Nice one, Andy, and you too, mate.
Thank you, brother. Thank you. Now listen, after that fight in Liverpool against Meneses, I didn't get a post-fight interview with you because obviously I spoke to you and I seen how upset you were, and sometimes you don't want to step in a fighter's changing room like that. But again, how you feeling now? A couple of weeks after the fight, a few weeks after the fight, and have you had time to watch it back, to reassess and assess the fight?
No, I haven't watched it back yet. My fiance keeps trying to get me to watch it, but I'm waiting to watch it with Steve because I might be, I don't know, I might be overcritical or undercritical and watch it by myself. So I'm just waiting to watch it with my coach. But mentally, I'm not as down. Like I know my career's not over, and I think that's what goes through your head when you lose. Like you think, oh, it's over. I've missed my chance and that. But I don't believe that now. I think there's still some good fights in me left, and so I'm not as emotional as I was on fight night. But it's just frustrating that I know from what people have told me, I was just a far better boxer. And even in there, I felt it like in certain bits when I boxed really nice, I couldn't be touched. And then I'd hold my feet and get caught. And it was just frustrating knowing that if I boxed a different way, like 9 times out of 10, I think I could beat him, but it just wasn't to be on that day.
Again, I spoke to you again before I was recording. I was talking about the fight, like as a neutral fan watching that fight. If you didn't know who, obviously I'm very close to you, Sam. I've spoke to you on numerous occasions. We became friends, but sometimes it's hard to take your emotions from a fight. But I'd imagine I thought it was an amazing fight leading up. There was drama. There was big shots landed on both sides from you and Meneses. But obviously, I'm guessing as a neutral fan watching that fight, everyone walked away from there being like, what a fight that was. As a fighter in that type of fight, obviously coming off as a loss, but do you feel that you've been entertained the crowd at least and stuff like that?
Yeah, they're the kind of fight you want to be in, aren't they? Like what you dream about, like fighting a tough Mexican and going blow for blow with them. But like you said, I just came out on the wrong side of the decision. But I lost, but I'm still proud that I was gave my all. I think it was the first fight as a professional where I got to show like how good I am. Even though I know I can be better, but like I think a lot of my fights, I haven't had the chance to show how good I am or how hard I am or how much heart I've got. And I think that fight gave me a chance. I think our styles gelled and we just put on a great fight.
Thing is, Sam, you don't have to question your heart one bit, man. Not one bit, because the European WBO European title fight against what's his name, Cedric? What was it?
Yeah, Siberia.
Yes, you dropped you twice, but you hung in there until the last minute. Everyone knows it went viral. I think you've lived off that fight for a long time. But again, in this fight as well, even though the big shots were landing on you and you went down, you kept on getting up. So there's no question that you ain't going down without a fight. So there's no question that nobody can question your chin or your heart.
No, and the same as that Siberia fight, Andy, he caught me with like 3 massive right hands in the first round. I don't know how I didn't go down off them. Like they're the only things I've seen. And that's what my coach said. He said, if I didn't get caught with that so clean and hard in that first round, the fight would have been different. But he said he reckons that put 5 rounds on me getting hit with them shots in that first round. And just is what it is, isn't it?
Listen, you entertain the fans, if anything.
Yeah, true. I like him. I got more nice messages and support from losing this fight than I did for winning the British title.
There you go, then. There you go. Like I said to you as well, Sam, it's you either lose or you learn. You think you've learned from that fight?
Definitely. I've learned a lot about myself. I've learned a lot about my coaching and my team, and just being part of another experience where I'm in my home city. I want to put on a good show against a guy who likes to fight, and I'm not the strongest in there anymore. And it was just new experiences for me, and definitely learn from me. And I can't wait to get back in there and then see what's next.
What was the biggest factor in that fight against Meneses? I mean, obviously you were hitting them with big shots, and sometimes especially your right hand, when you hit somebody clean with that right hand, they go down. But when you were hitting Meneses, it was bouncing off him and that. Was that frustrating you? How were you feeling in there when you were landing them right hands?
It's a weird feeling. It's like you just having no effect on someone, and you're like, yeah, it's new to me. It's like normally it's some kind of effect, like push them backwards or stumble them. Nothing. He was but then like a couple of times I hit him in the body, and he really made a lot of noise, and it was hitting him. But I just didn't do it enough. Like I wish I just would have went to the body more. I really affected him to the body, but yeah, to the head he was granite, and it was a weird feeling.
What's next for you then? You said your career isn't over. There's a lot left in the tank for you, I believe, and that sort of dream of winning that. I was for the IBO world title, but I'm guessing the dream is still there to fight for that world title or another world title again.
Definitely, like I think that the team are going to look at the rematch. They're going to, but there's loads of domestic fights out there for me that I think will be exciting fights. And I'm still I vacated the British, but I'm still the Commonwealth champion, and I'm still the WBO European. So I've still got two belts there that that are prized and people want to fight for. So I think there's some massive fights for me there, and it's exciting still, definitely.
Are you pressing for the rematch? Did you say that? Is that what your team's looking at?
Yeah, they it's just an option. Like I think it's a fight everyone liked to see, and yeah, of course if it's not there was not in any contract or nothing, so it's just whether their team wants it, that they might go to Mexico and want to defend it in Mexico now. But it's something that my team's going to look at and see if they can get it. But also they're looking at a number of other domestic fights which will be big for the UK.
Thing is as well, man, you mentioned there the domestic scene as well, and that, like, well, I mean, maybe Josh and Jack Carter aside, because obviously they're probably at that world level right now, and probably they are. But you look at the guys like O'Hara Davis and Lewis Ritson, and I don't know if you'll fight Tyrone McKenna, being ex-gym mates. Tyrone McKenna, Robbie Davis Jr., Kevin Brown still there, Harlem Eubanks doing his thing as well.
Yeah.
I mean, there's tasty fights out there if somebody wants to shot one of them belts that you just mentioned.
Definitely, yeah. Like you said, all of them names there, exciting fights, big sellers, all with good, big promotion teams, big managers. It's like some exciting fights out there, and the way I've shown in my last fight, like I come to fight, so all of them lads do as well that you mentioned. So it's exciting. Yeah, some great fights to be made, and I'm ready for. I'll take any fight. I'll fight anyone. So I haven't really picked up any names who I want to fight yet. I'm gonna take that to my promotional team. Maybe next week, sit down with Steve and then take some names to them. And but I'll fight anyone.
I know, but listen, you don't have to tell me that. I know you will, Sam. I definitely know you will. Going to the future, then, have you got a date in mind when you want to get back out? I know that the summertime's coming in, and you probably want to go away on a nice summer holiday with you and your young family. But have you got a date in mind when you want to be back out?
I was hoping August, so I'm hoping in August, but I don't know how that will pan out, because it just depends on the opponent and what's on stage. But I was hoping August, but if not, definitely early autumn, like September, October. But I'm hoping August.
That's good news. That's good news. And one final one for me then, Sam. You do have a little boy there. If he came to you and said, "Dad, I want to take up boxing," what would you say?
No chance. I'd say no. It's so much more. He's too pretty, she said.
Yeah,
and she'll probably want him to go boxing.
That's just he is too. I've seen pictures. He is too pretty. Exactly. It's not like his dad. It's like his mum.
She said, "Thanks, Andy." But it's in our bloods. Like both, she's grew up watching it, and I grew up obviously performing and boxing. So he's definitely going to be in boxing and training. But I don't want it to push him to go competing. But if he's got it, he's got it. Do you mean?
Well, listen, if he's got it, that's very, very true, mate. And like I say,
and you might want to emulate me. You have role models, and you look up to people. He's going to look up to me, obviously. So it might sway him.
Like I say, it is the sport. It's a hard sport, and you know firsthand how hard it is. But look at the places. Look at the places you've seen and done and been and stuff like that.
I was talking to my mate the other day. Like, so Sasha, I only met Sasha through boxing because her cousin went to my boxing gym, and he was having a 21st birthday, and he invited Sasha, invited me. I met Sasha there. All my best mates now are from boxing. Like my whole life is boxing. All the countries I've been to, I've never left the country, never went on a plane until I started boxing. Then I've been 20 countries. So it's the best thing that ever happened to me in my life. And yeah, like I'm looking like, oh, it's hard making weight, getting punched and losing and winning, and separating from your family for long times, but I wouldn't trade it. It's the best sport in the world. So yeah.
Listen, I totally agree with you. But the thing is, with me, I don't get punched in the face, so I enjoy the sport because I get to sit and watch. Do you know what I mean? But like I said, the highs are highs, but the lows are lows. That's the only thing with boxing. But the highs are really, really high and the lows are really, really low. But listen, I'm so happy that you've got a smile on your face. You've got a lovely family there, and it's good to see that you're coming back out in August or autumn time. So that would be good news, and I'll be looking out for that. So listen, Sam, thank you so much for taking time out on your Saturday afternoon to do this chat with me. And
thanks for having me, Andy, mate.
Anytime, brother, anytime. And listen, get back in that win column, and I'll speak to you soon, mate.
Definitely, man. Nice
Cheers,
one, mate.
Sam. Thanks, brother. See you soon, man.
Bye.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.